Who?
Are we live?
What happened?
Yeah?
We're
Really?
live? Who?
Seriously?
Like what sound?
Yeah. Everything's good?
Fucking kidding me?
Welcome.
Hello,
It's
nurse.
Monday. It's Monday. You know what you should do?
Probably not this.
No. There's so many other things we could be doing right now.
I know.
But
Sleeping, drugs, whores.
Jesus Christ,
I mean,
already?
I got ideas.
My God, man. I was going to ask you what your week was like, but
Well, how was your week?
well, first of all, you know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I'm just Paul.
Welcome to our show every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on Facebook Live via StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was a great interview with Mark Diamond.
Fantastic.
I had fun.
That guy kicks
I was
ass.
not part of it, but I had fun.
You were in the room.
I was in the room. In the room. You know, I'm glad you guys had a great conversation. You know, you guitar players, so
Well, we have talent and two things to carry around.
Well, he carries two of them. What do you got? What are you carrying?
I didn't have to.
You know,
It's all in the
I'm
shop.
carrying you. So what are you carrying?
It's all in the shop. Oh, yeah.
A 12 pack?
No. Just a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, a fifth of
Oysters.
whiskey. Oh man, but how was your week?
It wasn't actually that bad. I got a lot done. Work started up again a little bit better. Yesterday was a little bit rough. Father's Day, the first one without my dad.
Me too.
Yours as well. So that was a little bit weird. I kind of on and off during the day. I was like, oh man, fuck, what the fuck. So that was weird. Other than that, I mean, plowing forward, making progress.
I'm okay. How was Friday's show? I didn't get to go.
Lightning Woodcock fucking smashes, man, every single time. That guy rips. Fucking Blackie's an amazing bass player. The drummer just kicked ass. It was a lot of fun seeing some weird people. It was a good show. It was a really great show.
Wish I would have made it, but you know me.
I'm gonna get you some roller skates.
Yeah. It's just I don't like driving anymore, man. It's
What a
just
hang on
not
here.
my fucking thing. I want to, but I just every time I drive somewhere, I end up drinking, and then I got to get home.
Well, so I went on my scooter, so I had 2 beers.
And how many fucking fifths of whiskey?
I had 2 beers. That was it.
All night.
All night.
Really?
I had 2 beers.
Oh, so you must have been boring.
No, well, no, I was not boring. James is there.
Ah.
I got somebody to make fun of. Fuck you, James.
My week was all right. I've been catching up with some old friends and, you know, fucking making peace with some people
Oh yeah?
and just trying to, you know, let those people know that, you know, thanks for the time you were in my life, but, you know, like I'm good now. I'm good, you know, like I'm enjoying my life again.
That's
you know?
awesome.
And music
Welcome.
is just, yeah, you are a giant part of it because we get to do this every Monday.
Oh, I
It's
know.
something to look forward to. It's something that we enjoy. We both enjoy.
Yeah.
And we're just killing it with our guests.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Like I said, there's some Mondays where I'm like, I don't even want to fucking do this. I'm miserable. I'm tired. I don't feel good or some blah, blah, blah. And I do it anyways. I'm like, nope, I promise you I do this. I'm doing it. And at the end of it, I always fucking just feel 100% better. It's always this fucking amazing chemistry.
Good. I'm glad it's all about you.
Yeah. You're okay. So I just said he's half the chemistry.
I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part.
You don't hear much.
No. We got some updates. Jughead's Revenge is playing at the fucking Troubadour
I
on
know.
August 17th, and I'm looking forward to that. My boy, you actually met him for a split second in Vegas, Rob Ruckus, at the Punk Rock Museum. He's in a band called the Shakewells, and their new split single came out with the Borouts on Split Personality Records, and it's dude. I mean, the Shakewells are one of the greatest punk lounge bands I've fucking ever heard.
That's awesome.
And if you're out there, download it, go to the shows and buy the vinyl if you're out in Vegas and enjoy it. And then I'll see you all guys out there in August to go see Jugheads, you know.
Guess we're going to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going this next weekend.
29th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas, 2 shows
Just
with
playing at the
Foreclosure.
Museum.
Shut up, dude. Really? It's a secret show. Oh, we're gonna go to the Punk Rock Museum just to hang out? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said.
No. But yeah, that's next weekend. Fucking hell, that was stupid. Edit!
I hit the snooze button. Going back to sleep. So we do have a season 2 coming up for you very shortly. We've got some new guests coming in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it right now, but we've also added a social media person in our team.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be up on a website pretty soon and across platforms, which is gonna fucking kick ass. And we'd like to thank our sponsor. Who's our sponsor
Today?
I don't know. Chribo Radio is real, but they don't help much.
Yeah.
Fuck you, James.
James.
Not Jim Beam.
Today we're sponsored by No Dello.
No Dello. Kim Beam.
Ooh, I like that.
She's probably cute as shit.
Yeah. Earlier we got a new follower. What was her name? Haley Beaver.
Haley Beaver.
Oh, Beaver.
Beaver.
I like Beaver.
Okay.
I like Beaver better. No.
Yeah.
I think
You like
right.
Beaver better than Beaver? That's confusing.
So, back in 2000, you were already a Lazlo fan, huh?
Oh yeah.
2000 was a weird year for DOP because we were Jeff had quit, Steve had quit, and we're replacing everybody. We had tours, set up, and it was supposed to be a busy year for us, but a lot of things didn't end up happening. But one of the guys that joined our band, he actually helped us out in like getting us shows that we probably would have never gotten, and his fan base like really helped us out, and his friends were coming to the shows, and we had a really good time with him. Really cool guy, but
That's awesome. What's his name? Jesus.
No, that wasn't. Dude, you got to realize Lazlo had 38 drummers or 30 something drummers
at one time.
Yeah,
fucking drum circles.
I think we had 2 drummers playing a couple shows because but no, Eric King.
Oh, Eric King. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. I hope
he's here.
Is he?
You want to bring him in?
Ding dong. I think he's at the door.
Let's bring him in. Hey.
Always.
Huh? What's up, brother? Thank you for having me.
I would say, like, usually with all our guests, I always say, hey, it's been a while, but actually, I hang out with you more now than I have in the last fucking 20 years.
Right? Since I popped up.
And you're playing again, and playing all these shows and with brilliant bands.
Oh, yeah.
So his question, I'm going to steal it from you.
Steal it.
Is that I want to know what got you into punk rock before we get into the music. What got you into punk rock? Were you into metal before? Or
I was. Yeah.
Dio.
Well, you're as old as Dio, I know now.
That's right. And probably as tall too.
Yeah. No, I think he's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
He's like one dancing.
I think he's 6 foot shorter now.
He is. Listen to a lot of metal, a lot of Dio, a lot of Maiden, a lot of Priest, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I had a buddy, man, that gave me these Black Flag 6-pack 45, and that kind of just kind of ignited it for me. And that was it.
That was the record.
That was the record. Yeah, I mean, being from the South Bay and Hermosa Beach, Black Flag was
one of those bands.
That was Rollins sang on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and that was it, man. And then I was drawn more to the kind of pop stuff, like the Descendants and the 7 Seconds and that kind of stuff, as I delved more into music. But
I've never heard it called the 7 Seconds, but I like that.
Sorry.
I like
7
that.
Seconds, sorry.
I like that. The 7 Seconds.
Yeah,
You just showed your age right there.
Yeah, sorry.
I like the Black Flag.
Oh, okay.
The Black Flag.
Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm thinking about it, every band since you left Lazlo has had the in the.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the 3-word with the heart race.
Your email's the Eric King.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, I like that.
That's how you should have. That's how you should store me.
You want to give us
That should be
that social security number out too?
That should be your name on all your records. The Eric King. I'm gonna go for the Gizz Lazlo with the 2 E's.
Yeah,
That's kind of good.
The Gizz Lazlo, like because there's like 3 of us. Or is that in my head?
That's in your fucking head for sure.
Yeah, so that was it, man. Started playing drums.
What got you into that? What was that drummer that? Did you want to play something else?
I did. I wanted to be a singer. Doesn't every drummer want to be a singer?
some of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every guitar player wants to be a singer too, but they just
You
do
know,
the same thing.
Sometimes God says, "Bam, you can do that too."
Or you can do the other.
Yeah. So funny story. Stepdad had a drum set in the house, wanted to be a singer, wanted to kill some time, ended up teaching myself how to play drums. Realized I couldn't sing, so I better go that way.
I bet you can.
I tried, I definitely can't.
Bugs.
Jesus,
Well, yeah.
the mushrooms are kicking in.
Yeah. No, if that was happening, you would fucking know it.
So I broke my wrist once, and I did try and sing, and that didn't go over so
What year? Never mind.
well. No.
That's gonna fucking ruin everything that I know about you.
How'd you get your first drum kit? Obviously, your stepdad had one in the living room.
Yeah.
How'd you get your own first drum kit?
You know what? I
He still
saved.
has that drum set.
Yeah, that's the same one that I play. No, I think I saved up, man. I just kind of piecemealed it together, from used shit, used
Right.
cymbals, used stands.
Like whatever you get your hands on,
Yes,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Right on.
Bass drum was different than the tom, and just kind of pieced it
Nothing
together.
wrong with that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started.
I mean, I think we all kind of started in some weird place like that.
What are you down to now?
Right now I play a PDP kit. Yeah.
What kind of cymbals?
Zildjian A series.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. A custom all the way.
Symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If A custom made it, I have it.
Yeah, I like playing I like the 13 hats, man, and the 13 snare. I kind of like the crack that it gives.
Hmm.
13 hats, 13 snare, and I play like an 18 and a 19 crash.
When we were in Vegas a couple weeks ago for Punk Rock Bowling, on the way home, a buddy of mine up in Canada, Dusty, he's a drummer in a few bands, but he sent me a picture of his kit that he was recording with. Everything, so every fucking signal cymbal that he has is, I think, 18 or 20.
Oh, really?
Like his hi-hats are 20.
Oh, yeah, I saw-
They're rides.
Ashers.
Yeah. And his rides are 20, and all his crashes are 18s. And I mean, it's a big sound.
Big sound kid.
But his I think his roadie was complaining that, like, dude, I don't like traveling with your cymbals. Your cases are heavy.
Heavy, dude.
That's a lot of metal. That's a lot of metal. I feel bad. He's my drum tech for Slumlords.
I don't feel bad. He needs to work harder.
And did all that shit that I have. I feel bad when he's breaking it down. I have to put it
part
in.
of the whole thing with watching him set up your stuff is you really only use 2 drums.
Yeah.
You just put it up there for looks, and then he
I
still has
don't
to
use
carry
toms.
it. Yeah, no, he just
I use
has
I
to
use the
carry
kick
it.
and snare. That's
I mean,
about it.
actually, I was going to buy him more drums, so he had to carry them.
That's what John teases me about. He's like, I don't even know why you have toms up. Fucking don't ever play.
Do you remember a band called Buford?
I do.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, your singer, right? He's like a huge fan of theirs. But they're one of their drummers only used kick, snare, hi-hats, and I believe a crash. I don't even think he had a ride. Like,
Crashed on it.
yeah, and all the bell work was on the hi-hats.
Really?
On the bell of the hi-hat. But he was brilliant.
Flip a stick?
No. Dude, the guy was just amazing. But he had 2 drums and 3 cymbals.
Well,
I don't even listen to you anymore. Especially when we're
if
talking.
your bell rings louder if you flip your stick and use the base of it.
No, if you're using wood tips, it doesn't matter. I don't even use the tip
Does
of my
anyone use
stick.
a nylon tip anymore?
No, I don't. I've never have. You do?
You do?
We're talking sticks, not condoms.
Not plugs.
A nylon tip. Huh?
It's been, I don't know, I was probably 16 the last time
What kind of sticks you play?
I go on Amazon, and it's the cheapest brand. There's no names, and 5B,
Mhm.
Wood tip. They feel good. They're comfortable. Sometimes you get that one, bent penis in there, but whatever, you throw it out. And I only use new sticks for live shows, and I use, and I have a lot of
Look
sticks.
behind the drum set over here. There's just dust.
Yeah, he had showed it to me.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, dude.
Stick dust. I
Oh,
go through
yeah.
sticks
Stick dust.
So do you use new sticks every time you play?
just for live, just live.
Just live only.
Or recordings, And usually recordings, I'm like
Interesting.
kind of like a guitar player.
Mhm.
Like I'll use a fresh sticks for every song that we record. And the last time I remember when I recorded with Bad Town Boys, I was like, all right, guys, I want the picks, the strings, and everything, and every song that we do, and there was 6 songs, I want to just package them up, and then we're gonna, do this.
You changed everything between songs.
They wanted to. They were just like,
Jesus.
it was a really cool EP that we were doing this concept, and everybody just. It was kind of like this whole concept of like, we're gonna change this thing so the fans can get a part of our history. Nobody gave a shit.
Nope.
So I still got everything.
All right, there you go. Well, you know what? We can auction that off for charity.
Mhm.
The Gizz Lazlo needs a car fund.
There you go.
Or roller skates.
Is that a vape?
Yeah. That's what I do now.
It's called a douche flute. It's a douche flute.
Yeah, that's pretty funny that you said it that way, because I've gotten so many comments from friends.
You said comments, not compliments.
Yeah. They're like, dude, you look like such a douchebag every time you vape on camera. And no, dude, because I want to look like a douche. I want to look like Paul.
Congratulations, you are not at my status yet.
Never will be.
No, you cannot get to this level. You haven't been kicked out anywhere recently.
That cotton.
Yeah.
This thing is like 3 weeks on 0.
So is it flavored?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes
Yeah.
like
You have
peanuts.
some weird fucking pina colada like flavor or
it
something?
tastes like
Nut
latex.
hair.
Is it?
Nut hair, yeah.
Nut
A
hair?
little nut hair and sweat.
Yeah. And latex. Tastes like prison.
Okay.
We're not talking about that right now.
In like Calabasas.
So what was the scene like back in like, so you're South Bay. What was the scene back like in the earliest you can remember? Other than Henry Rollins running around this.
Now I know you were around when punk rock started.
Yeah.
Back in
Motherfucker.
76?
It was a cool place to grow up, man. Hermosa Beach itself was a neat little town. It's a lot of money's moved in there now, but it was
Oh, yeah.
definitely, kind of a stony little surfer.
It was
Punk rock
still
town.
blue collary, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely was, man. It's changed a lot. It's a bummer to see. Well, I mean, it's
That's a
neat.
bummer.
Yeah,
It is. It's a whole fucking bummer to see classes.
kind of a bummer.
I think I can't handle it.
The scene was good, man. I grew up going to shows at a place called Fenders over in Long Beach.
Fender's Ballroom.
Yeah, as an early teen, used to take the bus down there, get rides with friends and shit, and then finally when someone got a car, yeah, I seen
What was
tons
your
of shit.
first show you saw there?
Oh my god, my first show, I want to say, I saw GBH when they came there. I think for like
No fucking way.
yeah, I saw GBH there. They played like 3 nights. Saw GBH there. Saw the English Dogs there. Saw Wasted Youth there.
Oh wow.
Saw Aggression at the Olympic Auditorium.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, right.
Fuck.
A lot of old shows, huh? Yeah, what a great place to see shows, man. It's just what a cool
Exciting.
scene.
Yeah, it was. Man, the bands that we were fortunate enough to see, especially the first tours of a lot of those fucking
Yeah.
English bands, Discharge,
Yeah.
Broken Bones,
Yeah.
GBH. I was there. GBH was my first like punk band that I was just like, I don't know why. I think it was Wilf. That his drumming just it was simple. It was at the time that I was becoming a drummer in the band that I was in. It gave me something to look forward to. I couldn't play like the Ramones.
Mhm.
I still can't.
I still can't do
I don't know, like most drummers, and this is a cool conversation that we have. Like, all drummers use their fucking fingers. I don't. I use my wrists. I've taught myself,
Oh, you're not doing this?
and no, dude, I don't use my fingers. I can't. I don't.
Women hate you.
These 2 fingers I'm pretty good at, but these no.
I'm
I
not
never-
really an 8th beat player either. I do it every once in a
The
while.
16th
but-
notes. The 16th notes are what everybody wants. That
Right.
fucking Marky Ramone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And dude, I mean, I can do it, but it's all wrist and
Stuff.
I mean, like you watch a surf guitar, like that's actually really difficult to
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
And that's a lot of it's fingers and wrists at the same time. That's the difficult place to be.
You have a comment? Uh-oh.
Corey Hope said, if you have all the gear hanging around, you should offer to sell used G-strings just to see who bites.
Oh, Corey, I don't know who you are, but you're awesome.
Corey Hope's a cool guy, man.
That's funny.
So I think GBH is actually a really good conversation. Like their energy and they're just angst and they're just fucking
So good
raw
live.
power was just I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, it was
holy
really neat.
shit, guys. Like I had a buddy who had a house. He had a back house he lived in behind his parents' place, and there was one GBH record.
Mhm.
It was scratched. We can only get like 3 tracks off of it. We just sit and listen to him endlessly. Like it starts to skip. Like, turn over. Next one. Skip. Turn over. Skip.
Do you remember what
Yeah.
album was?
It was Charged.
Chart?
Yeah.
Well,
It was,
that wasn't the name of an album.
No, there was City. I think the first one was Leather Studs.
It wasn't
Bristles,
that.
and
Studs,
Acne,
yeah.
right?
uh,
And then City
Well, it was
Baby,
Leather Studs and Acne, then Leather Studs,
Bristles and Acne.
Yeah.
Right.
and
Was
then
it City Baby after that?
yeah, something like that, and then City Babies Attacked by Rats, and
couldn't fucking
and
say.
the Midnight Madness was the very first record that Kai
Yeah.
was on. He was a German
Yeah.
marching band,
Mhm.
marching snare drummer.
Yeah, I actually remember when that one came out.
Yeah, and when that album came out, it totally changed their sound to where they were kind of delving into that crossover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they had it was like Bad Religion when they got Bobby Scher. It changed the sound to where it wasn't just punk rock; it was this new sound.
It was
You
a
know,
little slicker, a little.
yeah, like drummers were younger and a little better and had a sense of that kick.
Yeah.
That's what changed punk rock for me was that evolution of what the kick was. Yeah, those
You play
doubles
double
and
bass?
triples.
I don't. I tried it and I'm not very good at it, so I just never did it.
Great.
I tried to play some metal for a while and do some double bass. It didn't happen.
I'm kind of a purist in that. Like, I know that a lot of guys have these pedal racks, guitar players and bass players. Like, I'm like, fuck it, a distortion pedal on the wall.
Right. That's it.
I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't actually play your instrument, what the fuck? I mean, why? And how hard is it to remember all those fucking things?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple, man. I play a single rack, single floor, 2 crashes and a ride, and that's it.
Not even in China.
You got me hooked on to China. Yeah, when I started playing with you guys,
Mm.
I borrowed yours, loved it,
Mm.
and then just never went and bought one of my own, but
I love
loved it.
it. I got 3 of them.
I actually talked about getting another one. Yeah, do you think I could have one?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, $20.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Sell me. So if you had a
40 of it signed. And not by me.
like John Bonham, Keith Moon, like what if you had an inspiration drummer, who would it be?
Of course, I think John Bonham influenced everybody. I would say Bill Stevenson. I mean,
Yeah,
he's amazing.
he's the Pope.
Does
of
everything that I
rock.
can't do, like does like snare marching rolls and
Yeah.
plays really
And
fast,
sings.
like
Yeah.
does all the shit that I can't do. So that's why he's an influence for
Earl
me.
Hudson for me from Bad Brains.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the one that introduced me to that.
Mhm.
Like just
Mhm.
the finesse and the accuracy of like, whoa, shit. This just changed the game.
Yeah, man. Like growing up, I listened to a lot of metal, like just growing up listening to Maiden
Yeah.
and Dio and that kind of stuff. I always liked Lars. I don't really like him now, but I liked him on the
I don't want to
Kill
like
him.
him, but he's a great drummer.
I liked him on Killing All and like
Yeah, I
Ride
mean,
and stuff like that. But
that whole
you
hair
know.
metal, like overproduction, like way too much fucking Van Halen
Yeah.
flipping the drum set in the air. Okay, congratulations.
That was Motley Crue.
I like
Whatever.
Fuck.
I liked when that
They're
fucking
the
Kill 'Em All
same gay
record.
hair bands I always saw my whole life. I don't fucking care.
Whatever, bro.
When Kill 'Em All came out, I was kind of
Talk about gay hairstyles.
But it's a really good record.
How do you feel about George Hurley? Minutemen, Fire Hose.
Oh, I got a lot of friends that are into them, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan.
That's all right, dude. You don't have to be. That's
I'm
How
not-
about No Means No?
Huh?
No Means No.
No Means No.
That band.
Um,
Oh, I didn't even realize you were wearing the shirt. Like that band right there.
These guys on my shirt.
Even if you're not that type of drummer, you listen to it and you're like, wow,
Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
that's some insane fucking drumming.
That whole band is it's
Like
like nerd jazz.
RKL and the other. Yeah,
I love
those
RKL.
bands.
That was
Like,
super
dude,
fun.
that was amazing drumming there. Where I was just
That was
like,
great when it came out, wasn't it? RKL shit came out. That was
Oh my
really
God.
I loved it, but I hated it at the same time because it was like I'm never gonna be in that band.
good. They're kind of local, right? They're from Santa Barbara.
Yeah, that's not local to here, but
Kind of.
it's
I mean,
up the
you
street.
know,
It's-
it's 2
It's up
hours.
the freeway.
2 hours
Adjacent.
away.
Whatever.
It's 2 hours. Hi, Rebecca. It's 2 hours away.
It's adjacent. Wasn't wait, did you guys ever play with wasn't like Poor Kids down here? Weren't they from the valley? or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, somewhere. Yeah, still hang out with those guys.
I think that's where I met you actually. I think
Really?
Oh yeah, we're
Russell and Dougie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't in prison this time.
One of the poor
I
kids.
didn't mean to jump into that, but it's
No,
just
one of the poor
thinking
kids actually, Phil
All of us.
E. Fucking he was he auditioned to be the very first singer for Dead Lazlo's Place
Oh, really?
when we wanted to be a 5-piece, and we just, you know,
So were
felt
you
like-
the original singer or drummer?
XL was the original, you know, guitar player, singer. I sang one song on the first record. On the second record, we recorded it as sang two, he sang two. We were going through a lot of shit. I was going through chemo and cancer, so we decided let's
Heavy.
like, you know, just split the band up and start something new, and we became For Sale. Oh, well, and then
I don't have one of those.
and then
I don't have one either.
well, you weren't in the band, so what the fuck? You weren't around either, so what the fuck?
Leo Hernandez.
Oh, Leo!
What about Bob Valenzuela? Oh boy.
Babo.
Are you drunk, Leo?
Bravo.
Babo, he was Richie Valens' brother,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
and there's that scene in La Bamba where Babo, Richie Valens didn't have a drummer,
Yeah.
and his brother gets up there
Yeah.
and he's like,
Fuck,
dude, Leo, he's done that.
got a nickname.
Dude, Leo, I can't tell you how many times that like Lazlo would finish his set, and you know the show's over, you know everybody's drinking at the bar. I was like, oh boy, You're like, dude, like the amount of fucking sticks that guy would break in 2 minutes, you know, just fuck.
He's a big dude.
He is. Fuck. I miss that guy. I love hanging out with him. We gotta interview that guy.
This man's prepared. Fucking Eagle Scout over here.
I came prepared. But just because I'm nervous.
Yeah, why?
What's the biggest show you ever played?
You know what? Good question, man. We got up. So weird thing. JFT. We went to Mexico for a spring break kind of thing, and a couple thousand people. It was fun. LA Ski and Sun Tours. I got introduced to this guy, and he asked us if we want to go down to San Felipe
Love that
play.
place.
And we drove. I had a buddy that had a VW bus, and Darian
Mhm.
and a bunch of us piled in the bus and went down there and drove down to San Felipe, Mexico. 8 hours into Mexico,
Mhm.
made it, played. It was amazing, and that was probably the biggest show we ever played.
And let you
Yeah.
back? Like,
And
did
they
you
let
have to
us
talk
back.
your way back into getting back?
And I remember John. I was on stage. I was kind of nervous, and before he played, he turned around and he said, "Don't fuck up." I was
Really?
like, "Okay, all right,
All right, that's where we're at.
That's all
All right. All right. I think I knew that one.
Well, guess what?
Thanks for the pep talk, coach.
Nick, challenge accepted.
So I fucked every song and fuck him.
Just beat on the drums the whole time.
But that was it, man. That was probably one of the biggest ones. And then I think some of the ones that I did when I was drumming for you, I think when we went out to Vegas, we played some really good shows.
Did
That
you
was a
play?
blast.
Did you play the choice snowboard thing we did in the valley or
I
up in
didn't.
Santa Clarita?
Oh my God, you guys played a snowboards? Like Mexicans don't snowboard.
They played everywhere.
I don't
Not
know.
all.
Choice Snowboard Company. It was owned by my friend Jason Levy, and it was just the shows that we played. The first Strung Out show we ever played was in Calabasas with
Have you ever
them.
seen snow?
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Funny.
What?
No, I think I think the first time I saw that Lazlo's place was in the valley. It was a Volcom party. I think you were playing with
Yeah.
the line, right?
Yeah, I played with those guys a
Show
lot.
Line. And that was, I think, years before I even joined the band. But I remember seeing them. My buddy took me there, and I specifically remember him when they got up there. He said, "Hey," he introduced the band. He said, "I like my women like I like my tacos, spicy and hot." I was like, "Okay, kind of corny, but all
You
right."
know, you know he's a virgin, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm saving myself till marriage. I've been married 3 times.
So yeah, so I saw them and I was like, wow, you guys put on a great show. And then I don't remember how we met or anything like that, but then I ended
We
up
were
in the
talking
band.
about that before we went on air. We were like, how did we meet? And I think it was probably through the recycler or
Yeah.
through a friend.
I think it was
Well, I'm just saying, so as far as like being kind of more of the crowd and Gizz is more of the stage, he's one of the friendliest musicians I've ever met.
Yep.
He's like, if you
Absolutely.
engage and say hi, he's like, okay, cool, and he's present, and he has something to say and he talks to you. I'm like, that's a really cool place to be because I've met some other people like, I don't give a shit right now. And so it's really nice to meet somebody that fucking friendly. So I appreciate that.
To me, I mean, that's
He is that though. When I showed up there to try out for them, yeah, very welcoming. They all were really cool. Yeah, it was a really good vibe. I was happy to be in that band.
You won't let me meet the rest of them because I'll probably just replace them.
Oh, really?
good.
I remember they sent me a record. Which one was it? With the
Lonely
one
Street?
on it, yeah.
Lonely
Lonely
Street.
Street, and he said, "Learn as many songs
So
as you
good.
can on it."
Yeah.
I, went through and picked the easiest one.
You actually did one of our, I think it was our second video, the 40 ounces video.
I did. I was in that.
That was
What a great time.
we filmed that in a bar in Venice that
Yep.
belonged to Joey Ramici and his family.
Oh no shit.
Uh,
That I didn't know.
what was it called?
Joey.
It was like the billiard place, right?
Right, the Billiards Inn.
The billiards in, yeah.
And that was Joey's dad's bar, and they closed it for a Saturday morning or an afternoon so that we could film our video there. We had, it was catered. I think Subway brought a big old 10-foot sandwich.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, we were balling.
we took every fucking speaker cabinet we could find.
Yeah.
We were borrowing because we wanted it to look like Kiss.
Yeah. It's a great video. Like, I mean,
But
40 ounces.
there's a Marshall and then a fucking Carvin and a fucking PV. Like, it was totally ghetto, but it was badass.
40 ounces didn't get more airplay. So, and even the video, I'm like, that's a fucking awesome video.
That
It was pretty funny.
Or they're like,
The PB dance is what it was
"Who's
called.
this?" I'm like, dude.
It's a cool song.
Yeah.
Jeff was a great drummer.
He was.
He
Yeah.
was really good.
Rest in peace, brother. But
Yeah.
he was.
It was a hard act to follow.
Dude, the shows that we played. The only time I ever saw him scared was in New York City at CBGB's. This band called The Wives played that show, and they opened up for us. It was like right before us, and it was an all-girl band. The singer, her name was Zuleika Bronson, which was Charles Bronson's daughter.
Oh my God. Well,
And-
that'll come up in a second.
And dude, this band, they were fucking hard, and that chick played those drums like they owed her money.
Right.
And fucking
Dude,
Jeff was looking at her. He's like, I don't know if I can go on. And I did. He's like, she's beating the shit out of those things, dude. And I
Get her number.
don't think I got that much in me tonight,
Get her number.
And we had just gotten back. Roadrunner Records actually took us out to dinner that night,
Oh shit.
and we got fucking hammered, man.
Wait,
And
you drank?
a
Oh,
little bit,
did it
a little
snow?
bit. But that dude, we swam back to the club, and they recorded it, and we actually made it a live album because it was fucking tight. Like even Roadrunner Records was like, dude, we got you drunk to see if you could play drunk, and you guys nailed it. I remember the reviews from that album when it came out. They were like, oh no, this is just the album with crowd noises. Nobody can play that tight live. No, that was us, dude. We were a fucking well-oiled machine. We didn't,
Yeah, it was a great band.
we were like every night, they were rehearsing every night. If we can do it, we're doing it.
Yeah, I drove from shit down here all the way to
Yeah, Redondo to Tahunga. So Tahunga,
Yeah.
where our fucking studio was.
Yeah.
And
Dude. Like, what's that? An hour and 20?
yeah, it was
in traffic,
yeah, it was a
sometimes
solid
2.5, 3.
Oh, wow.
solid hour at least. Yeah, I went there 3-4 nights a week.
Wow. That's dedication, dude.
Yeah, I was into it, man. It was the first kind of real band that toured, that had a history that I was really stoked to be in, and yeah, it was good, man. It was
Dude, that sounds awesome. I mean, it's a great history. Moving forward,
yes,
we got the Heart Race, Rumor Mill, and Alpha Bronze. And Alpha Bronze has a video on YouTube,
yes,
Borrowed Time.
yeah.
So that
Bad
came out
Town Boy
in
song.
2020. Is it? No. It's second on. He just lies a lot for no reason.
There's a Bad Town Boy song called
Yeah,
Bar
that's
Time.
a
There's an
bad
EP, yeah.
All right.
Borrowed
There's an
Time
EP that
is
sold me on the band.
Great singles, a great video, and then I'm gonna guess pandemic.
Yeah, kind of killed a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
That band was together for about 4 years, I want to say, and yeah, we were getting some good shows, and it was a blast. Eagle was the guitar player singer, wrote some really good songs. My buddy John was in it, and yeah, it was really
Was
awesome.
he the Buford fan?
Eagle was the Buford fan.
Because I remember the first show we played with you guys,
Yes.
and we did a Buford song
Yep.
as a cover, and
he
he was just like,
recognized it, and he knew it.
yeah. And after the show, he was just like, dude, I swear to God, every time I would make a cassette like compilation, that would be the first song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was the first song. That
Yeah.
song that you
What
guys fucking
song?
played After Dark.
All right.
Mhm.
And so he came over to me and he's like, dude, like, what made you guys decide to play that song? I go, that the guy that
Yeah.
wrote it
I
is
was
writing
gonna say,
this our
didn't Lewis
guitar.
write it?
Yeah, he wrote the music to it. And he's like, what? And he went over there. First time Lewis has ever been like, whoa, like somebody's talking to me about my music. Like, whoa. And he's very like, he's not that guy, you know, he loves playing music. He doesn't want any of the frills of it, dude. He just wants to play it. And
I think we
And
played at
that's it.
Hermosa Saloon that night, right? In Hermosa Beach.
yeah,
Is that
your
right?
brother was there that night.
brother was there.
Fucking memory, dude.
Yeah, and his brother was a huge his brother was a huge fan of ours. Your brother was a huge fan of ours that night,
Huge fan.
and I met him, and I fucking dug
Huge
him.
fan.
And when we did 40 ounces, because that was one of his favorite songs,
I have a picture of you singing to him, like in the
stood on
bar.
a
Yeah.
bar stool, and I sang it to him, and dude, he was just like, "Oh my god!"
So
Like
you got a brother.
I have a half brother.
he passed away.
Passed away
not a-
shortly after that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, he always wanted to come down and visit and like watch the bands play, and he was a big fan of that. And so that night he came and visited us, stayed with us for like 2 weeks. We went to that show, had an amazing time, and then yeah, like shortly after, he had asthma and he like had an asthma attack in his sleep.
Sucks.
That was a bummer, but I'm glad that he was there that night, and it was awesome, man.
That's great.
He had the time of his life.
He did, man. Just like after the show, like we were
Yeah.
outside, and you know, he was
Yeah,
just
he was beside himself.
Yeah.
That's all he talked about. Like,
I probably gave that guy 50
What?
hugs that night.
So my wife Rebecca and I went to the a Halloween show. They played We're the Ghost, and they did the acoustic version of 40
40
ounces.
ounces and we're the ghost.
I've never seen her so excited in my entire life.
oh really?
She was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh!" She's jumping up and down. He thought she was my daughter. She's only 4'9". So you had a half brother. God rest his soul. You also have an uncle.
I do. I have
Yeah.
a couple uncles.
You got a couple.
yeah.
Turns out there's more than one brother in this family.
But there's one uncle that everybody knows.
Yeah. My uncle Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
How are the donuts?
Well, yeah. Well, they're pretty good. I've actually had them. I mean, you can't see the resemblance.
Like a little bit. No.
Shut the
When you
fuck
take
up.
your shirt off, yeah.
A little bit.
When you take your shirt off, you got the same tattoo on your your chest.
I get this for you.
It's the dude one though. it's Chevy Chase from Three Amigos.
Yeah. yeah. I didn't grow up with him though, but I met him later on in life, man. Raddest guy ever. He actually came out to watch our band play. We played at the Whiskey once, and he showed up to watch us.
So fucking awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
And
Really neat.
Eric, our host in Third Bowling, was in a movie with him.
Mm.
I know.
Eric white ass mess play was called Carlos.
And it was called The Wrecker.
The
I
Wrecker.
don't even remember.
I think that's what he said. I think he said it was
Probably
called
the
The Wrecker.
Wrecker. It's not out. It's a maybe straight to DVD. It's never going to be any good. But Danny, I heard, got an Emmy,
Okay.
an Oscar, and an Academy Award just for being there.
Nice.
That's right. Love you, Danny Trejo.
Really cool guy, man. I didn't meet him till way later in life, through an aunt, and my grandmother. And my aunt was married. Well, I'm getting a load of this. My aunt was married to Caesar from Los Lobos.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking royalty. That's why they're your Eric King.
Oh, hey.
God damn it. Royalty.
So you never know that I'm Mexican.
No.
Mexican? You got blue eyes. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I'm the white cousin. That's what all my cousins
When
say.
dude,
that's
I've
the
known
song, Beaners, like, the cousin named Jeff.
Yeah.
I've known him.
Oh, the fucking Cheech and Chong. Yeah.
I've known him when he was called Eric Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Before King. Huh?
Yeah, before he became a king.
All right.
Eric the Anointed.
He was never a princess like you.
I was the Pope for a minute. I
Pope.
actually was.
You're a
What?
pope.
I was the Pope for a minute. I
Really?
married my buddy Aldo, and I was dressed up as the Pope.
Nice.
It was great.
Okay.
Really creepy.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, you
Don't even wanna know.
see the video. I'm gonna put it behind your eyelids.
I don't go on GayTube,
You do?
No.
I seen your account.
Gay Hub, whatever. I don't even know.
It's a Gizz Hub.
No. See, this is why these
Don't make eye
interviews go
contact.
off. Yeah.
Don't make eye contact.
And you're always wrong. You're always
Oh,
wrong when
yeah.
you talk to him.
Never wrong.
Know that now.
Just on the wrong track.
Right, Eric?
He's not
You
even
just never
here.
know. Oh.
Oh, he is here.
Oh, he's still here. Nice.
Fuck you, Eric.
Yeah, man. So
So what's coming up new? Are you guys still doing? Fucking bugs are killing me. Are you doing stuff?
I am. So I play in a band called The Heart Race, and we've done a couple shows with Gizz.
You played a show with our very first show with
Yep,
Rhythm
that's
Collision
wonderful.
and Caught in the Headlights.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we had this conversation like a half hour ago.
A lot of weed.
Same here.
Man, he says, "Don't treat me like a stoner." I'm like, "You just took 4 bong rips." Congratulations, man! It's awesome, but it doesn't allow for clouds and snow.
That was a cool show, man. Thanks for asking us to do that. That was a blast.
We played together since then too. You guys played with
the
us.
Sardines.
Yeah,
Played at the starting. That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun too.
just
Yeah.
played there a couple weeks ago and it was fun.
So the Heart Race is recording and playing, and yeah, man, it's
Does the Heart Race have a website?
the Heart. We're on Instagram.
Okay.
You can go to the Heart Race Music.
Okay.
Check it out on Instagram.
And that
Yeah.
was what we were talking about earlier. Is I've got somebody for you, bud.
Yeah.
Hook you guys up with a little
Please.
social media help.
Yeah, because we all suck at
I'm a hammer, not a fucking typist.
it.
That's all there's to it.
I was
Oh,
asking for a bunch of favors to do our shit.
Dude, I
he still gives you money.
I would totally produce your guys' record because
Yeah, we
like
had talked
dude,
about it, right? We
yeah,
talked about it.
and I talked to
I-
Pat about
I
it
sent you that
too.
song.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do this. Like, you know, I got ideas already of how.
Over Easy Records is about to be a thing.
When did you join this thing?
White vinyl, yellow labels.
I like that. I fucking like that. Too bad you just fucking told everybody. Hey, Eric's gone.
Hey, come here.
Hey, just
Fuck
so you
you,
know,
Eric.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So, how did the whole transition from like Just for Today into what the Alpha Bronze was right after that?
Yeah, I've had some other bands, nothing major. I played, like I said, I played with that band Cheater, that guy Mark Phillips
That's
for a
right.
little bit. He was
Mhm.
from the South Bay too. I think Mark was in Down by Law. I think he played with Dag Nasty a
Oh,
little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right
I
on.
got hooked up with that guy through some friends, and then I was just trying to tour, man. I desperately wanted to go on tour. His band was touring a lot. As soon as I joined it, they decided not to tour anymore.
That was one of the reasons that we wanted you because that was one of the first things
Yeah.
when you came in to audition was like, you were pretty honest, like, dude, I want to tour.
Yeah.
And you guys are touring, and
That's all I wanted to do.
It's
and then it
interesting.
just
'cause-
fell apart right
Yeah,
after
I don't know,
that.
was it Mark Maxey? He's like, I'm fucking done touring. Like a lot of guys are like, man, I got a family, I got a wife, kids. Like, I don't want to do tour shit. So like, it's kind of a special place to be where like, I want to go on tour.
Mm.
I didn't at the time, man, and that's all I wanted to do. Like with the band I was in, we went on like a little 2-3 week tour, and I loved it. I don't think the other guys did. So we came back, and I was like, when are we going again? Like, yeah, we don't want to do that. We had a shitty van that broke down. We had a trailer, and I had a blast. I loved every second of it.
Every fucking tour, big or small,
I'm
dude.
at the table, I'm like, yeah, like it.
Yeah,
Like,
do
just
it.
get the fuck out and go do something. Like,
yeah, let's do it.
like break balls, have ass. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, so Cheater kind of went in the toilet because he didn't want to tour, and then I hooked up with Gizz, played in that band, and then that kind of fell apart. They toured a lot, and it's like I had the curse, man. So every band I got in that toured, as soon as I got on it, they didn't want to tour
Like
Well, this-
literally,
This-
literally,
And Eric breaks bands.
literally, like I think 7 days after he was in the band, or 7 days before 14 days before the tour.
started, and it was a big tour.
Our bass player quit, so we got the guy that was kind of like our bass tech roadie.
Yeah.
He filled in like immediately,
Oop.
and then our guitar player quit, and then we got Curtis who
Yeah.
was in Ignite
Brought
for a
Curtis
little
in,
bit.
yeah.
He was in, and then the last guy, the original member, my fucking co-songwriter, no, the other guy, XL.
Oh, yeah, Chris.
He was the last one, and then 7 days before he was like, yeah, I can't do it. And then Curtis was the one that came up to me at that last rehearsal and was like, dude, I can't do this by myself, dude. I need someone
Mhm.
that I can play off of.
Mhm.
I learned like the lead guitar parts, not the rhythms. I can, but it's going to take me time. And 7 days, dude, I can't do this, especially all the songs we're doing. And I had to call back everybody and tell them, no, we can't do this, man. And that band fell apart right after
Yeah,
that.
band fell apart right after that.
Dude.
Yeah, it was a
It's,
bummer.
Again, heartbroken because, like I said, when I discovered DLP, I was like, holy shit, that's such the biggest, roundest sound I'd ever heard. That acoustic guitar just blew me away.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, when I joined the band, I think we like rehashed a bunch of old songs that they were
We did.
because
You
I-
actually helped us
yeah.
write one.
I went back in the catalog and I started listening. I think the 2 songs I remember that I loved were Charlie's Girls
Uh-huh.
was an old one, and then Waiting for Armo. I think was
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, those were like 2 of my favorite
Oh,
songs.
Waiting for Armor, man.
That's the one that
fucking-
sold me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you guys were playing it, and I think we started opening with it
Yeah, we did.
after I got in there. Yeah.
We did. We brought it back into the set because you were just like, dude, I know how to play that one, and and the way you played it was really cool too. It was like,
Great
woo,
song.
it was a little different than the way that
Jeff played it.
Jeff played it, and I think if I'm not mistaken, we actually came up with an intro to the song that was different because it was like a segue that led into that, and it worked in the set. It wasn't, but then it became an opening song because it was just like, oh fuck, like
Yeah. So now that I think about it, I think we played with the Real Mackenzies too at the final show at
the Clippers.
no, at the place downtown.
Al's Bar.
Yes.
Oh, you guys played it? I played House Bar too.
Yeah. So we played with the Real Mackenzie there.
Yeah,
That was a bitchin' show.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun too.
That was the night the fucking toilets backed up,
Yeah.
and
Dude, no, every night at House Bar.
but dude, I mean, it was really bad, dude. It was like your foot was in it.
You got shit in your feet.
Like it was piss. It was piss. There was
There
too
was,
much.
like, we went to House Bar and
By the time the shit got down to the-
fuck. Somebody got some bad coke.
Yeah. So to kind of go from there, man, after Dead Lazlo's fell apart, I played in some other random bands, and then Gizz and I didn't talk for a long time, and then
I wouldn't talk to him.
yeah, I took a break from kind of playing for a minute. I was frustrated, sold all my shit, and then how I got back into it. John was playing in a band called Cell Block 5 with Dave from Social Unrest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so they were playing, and their drummer broke his leg, and so John said, "Hey, man, do you want to fill in?" I was like, "I don't even have a drum set."
Wait, did he play his like playing drums? How did he play?
They had some good shows lined up.
Hey, let me guess, the band broke up after that.
Yeah, so-
Tour buster. Tour buster.
Totally, man.
Man, we're starting a band. Tour buster.
we opened for DK at Showcase Theater in Corona.
Mhm.
And, had some fun shows with that, and then that's what drew me back into it, man. And I was like, okay, I think I got the bug again. And I started searching ads, found an ad that Eagle had posted, and no one on Craigslist ever posts any good bands.
Yeah.
And so he, I think, posted like influences were Sam I Am, Peg Boy, and like someone else. And I was like, oh, I have to call this guy.
You know what? I think that's how I met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Peg, and he was in.
Yeah, and he was in.
And boy. I was a pope too, motherfucker.
The Pub Butthole.
Yeah, so I reached out to him, man, and then we just hit it off. And that's how the Alpha Brown started. And that was kind of just reignited the thing to play. And then I saw he was playing out in the valley at Sugar Mill, and John and I drove out there that night. Kind of surprised you. We hadn't seen each other in a long
Yeah.
time. And then,
Yeah.
now I'm on his podcast.
This is my podcast.
Oh, it's yours. Sorry, now I'm on your podcast. No, it's my-
This is gonna be a cage fight later. It's all good. And you can be the ref,
Okay.
and we're gonna take bets.
This guy started betting 2 weeks ago now.
I got into fucking basketball after the fucking HBO winning thing. I don't watch basketball. I'm 5'6".
Yeah.
There's no basketball.
And you're racist.
No, I'm racy. So recently we started betting on shit. I'm like, all right, well, fucking why not? And now it's like, oh, we'll just take bets. So Eric Mesplay, mesple.com. We're gonna start a new website called Bets Play. And we're gonna just take bad bets. Like bitch bet is I bet your friend loses.
Uh-huh.
Injury bets, career ending, or just for the season.
Solid.
You're going to be in that too. Next band you join, I bet you're going to break up.
Oh, Erickson?
Bet you're not touring. Bet you're not touring.
2 gigs. 2 gigs.
Tops.
Take the over under.
Hey, it was 2 gigs. That's a tour. So it's going to be one.
All right, 1 gig, or would you take the plus 3.5?
They show up, but they don't play. That's the
They
second.
stole their own van. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's
What was your favorite band to be in?
You know,
That's
probably.
a loaded question.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, like
probably Just for Today and DLP, probably my 2 favorite bands. I mean, that's the bands I was in the longest. I think that were the most serious that I learned the most from. Probably being in a band with John, I learned a lot too. When John got in the band, John's really good musician
Mhm.
and kind of busted my balls a little bit, as did you. It's hard to. Eagle's a drummer too, so being a drummer in a band where the singer is a drummer as well
Dude,
is
it's awesome.
kind of tough.
It's tough, but it's kind of awesome too. You're gonna get a great lesson out of that.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask for tips and hey, so what would you play and shit like that, but then also, they notice everything.
Yeah, they're like, you're a little late here, you're a little faster.
To me, that never mattered. To me, were transitions or cymbal play.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's what type of drummers we are. Is the cymbals are kind of, fuck those toms. That's why I use
I
8,
never hate
10
Tom.
cymbals.
Who's Tom?
But like to me, that was my only stipulation. Like the China.
Yeah.
You weren't a China player, and then I just like here's my China. This is where I want it.
Mhm.
And it became part of your sound. And I what I'm very proud of is the drummer that you were in that Lazlo's place. Kind of, I think when I saw you afterwards, I saw this change in your meter and the way you played and the way you approached the drums was a lot different. Where now I saw that confidence of like, yeah, this is my kit. This is my songs. With Lazlo, I don't even think we gave you the chance to make the songs your own because we were just like,
Yeah, I was filling the spot.
like, hey, we got to get this shit done.
Dude, giving somebody the gift of ownership and confidence is huge.
Mhm.
Like, really is. I mean, I try to do it with what I do. It's a difficult thing to teach. It's not even a teaching thing. It's like we're gonna do everything we can to forward you. So that's a great compliment. Like that really is.
It's a huge compliment. Thank you so
And
much.
like I remember
Appreciate
I
that.
remember at that Corbin Bowl show
Mhm.
with Rhythm Collision and Caught in the Headlights when I saw you play that night. Like I already seen you with the Rimmer Mill. I'd seen you with the Alpha Bronze, but with the Heart Race, it was just like, fuck, man, like you're having fun. You know what you're doing, and you're killing it, and you look good doing it. Like just your movements, like I could see, like the improvement. Like you're your own drummer now.
Awesome shit, bro.
You're your own drummer now. You're not trying to be Gizz Lazlo.
I love it. No, that's
Totally fucked up my joke.
No, it's a huge compliment coming from Gizz. I had a lot of respect for him as a drummer, and it was a blast being in that band.
One.
Learned a lot.
Dude, there's a whole lot of compliments. It's just gonna take a lot of years.
I think I have a lot of years.
Nope. Killing you tomorrow.
I'm killing you tonight.
Oh, thank God. How did I get that stroke?
There we go. Back to the penis.
So I didn't say anything about penises.
It's a stroke.
Shut up. So it's the Heart Race, Rumor Mill, Alpha, Bronze. It's kind of the same bandish.
Yeah. So different bass player, but John and I, same guitar players, and myself. The guitar player, singer, Eagle, decided he didn't want to do it. We went on to be the Rumor Mill for a while, got a new bass player, and decided to call it the Heart Race.
I actually love the name. It's fucking cool as shit. So like just how many heart race songs do you guys have?
Right now we got 13 songs.
Ooh,
we
that's a
need
lot to learn.
Yeah, we need to record an EP, and hopefully we can get that done soon.
Right on. Well,
Yeah,
I know a guy.
Yeah.
He's weird. Probably touch you somewhere.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
I know.
So he
Are you
told
still
me, so when I joined DLP, and I'm so glad that you beat cancer and stuff like that. But
Are we really?
he used to pull his sack out and say, I think I sat in gum.
Dude, I'm Irish. All
I've
redheads,
told him those stories. I don't think he ever believed it until now.
all redheads have huge nuts, and I'm like, have you seen the peaches? I'm like, what? Like I can pull sack out and then pop the peaches in the sack.
I don't need to see that.
No, you don't need to. I mean, you're probably going to.
My brother Leo is the one that actually brought that to my attention one day. And he was like, did you just sit and gum? And it was just the empty sack was just sitting, And he was just like, and I got up and I just pulled on it and I was like,
I still tell
whoa.
everyone that story.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I do it, but depends.
It's usually young.
Nice party
Yeah,
trick.
that's first date type of shit,
That's talking to her in the bar kind of shit.
You know, when you meet the parents.
Right before
Yeah.
you get the phone number. Hey, by the way. If you meet a girl and she does that, run.
Yeah,
That's a lot of gum.
that's a lot of.
I've met a girl. I dated a girl
Yeah,
once
right.
who
Yeah, I know.
Steve Curtains was not even like it was
I thought
bigger
you-
than that. It was bigger than a curtain. Oh shit, they were going way overboard here.
Oh no, we're not. We're just getting started. We got 5 whole minutes left.
Really?
5 whole.
Five.
So what do we do next?
Easy guy, easy.
So let me ask you guys a question. So how
Yeah.
did this podcast start?
We had nothing better to do.
No, that's not even true at all. So I'd met him. He started playing drums for LA Slumlords.
Mhm.
My friend Pat, who's a very dear friend of mine, of 20 plus years, I think. He goes, "You'll never believe this." I'm like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "You know who the drummer is in my new band?" I'm like, "Who's your new band?" He's like, LA Slumlords. I'm like, "That's not a new band."
Mhm.
He goes, "You know who the drummer is?" I'm like, "Well, how would I fucking know that?" Because it's Gizz Lazlo. I'm like, "What?" From Dead Lazlo's place. I'm like, "I know who Gizz Lazlo is." He's like, "Yeah." Like, awesome. And then he's like, just kind of went off and like teased me. I'm like, "You fucking dick." And then like just dropped a few things over there. And then 2 weeks later, he's like, "Hey, just want to come watch us practice and meet Gizz?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I've been waiting."
Mhm.
And so he showed up. I got absolutely blackout drunk. And we talked for fucking like hours between fucking songs and practice.
Mhm.
And I think exchanged numbers. And a few days later, we talked again. And then he'd said, you know, he goes, "I've got a podcast. I want to fucking do another podcast." I was like, "All right, let's talk." And so I drove out. We sat down. It's like did a kind of an analog practice session, like just fake mics, and just sat down and like riffed on each other.
Mhm.
And this has not stopped since.
Mhm.
It's all his fault.
Cool. And what episode is this? that
This
I'm
is
on?
20.
19 or 20?
20.
Is this
20.
20?
Our 20th episode.
20. And we did 6 practice sessions beforehand.
Mhm.
So like really
The
we're on-
dynamic really works because we're both fucking very bullheaded. We're
Mhm.
both very
We're quick.
outspoken, witty, and just our knowledge of music too. Like I've learned things that I didn't even know about some of the bands that I like, and you know,
Same here. Like,
it's-
and it's the dynamic really is like I'm more crowd. I try to be in bands. It's I also had to make a living. So
Yeah.
you know,
thanks. Really,
I got kicked out at 16.
thanks.
Uh-huh. Well, how does that fucking affect you, you weirdo?
Because it's about me.
Oh. Yep, everybody. True statement.
I actually have a quick question. Have you ever been kicked out of a band?
I just
Many
kicked him out
times.
of my band
Many
just
times.
right now. Whatever band I have.
I actually got kicked out of a band before I even auditioned for them.
Dude,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How does that
Mhm.
happen?
because I flaked on 2 rehearsals. But
you didn't get kicked out. You quit twice.
never even showed up, kind of.
Like I
But
said, you quit
but
twice.
It's
I had a reputation of like this guy I think could fill that seat, and at the time I was just like not really into doing anything. It wasn't the band, but the cool thing is I'm still friends with the singer of the band. I'm not even going to say it because
Don't have to. It
it's kind of embarrassing because I let her down, and
was hard.
but they were a great band. They were pretty popular, and we're still friends. You know?
So here's a really off base question. So you said like there was a point where you kind of were like, you sort of stopped playing,
Yeah.
and stopped doing stuff. I mean, I've taken years off. Like I'd spent 5 years at PCC studying classical guitar, and like I'm dyslexic, and it didn't sync. Did you ever like kind of have a moment where you just sort of kind of gave in for a while?
And just kept doing it.
Didn't do it. Just was like, fuck it for right now.
I think during the pandemic, I couldn't be in a band. I was dealing with too many demons and darkness in my own life, where I'm glad that Screw Tape, my Australian band, kept me busy by just sending me songs and making records, not rehearsing, not worrying about playing shows, but it kept me engaged. And a lot of those feelings and thoughts that I was, struggling with, I did get to put out and write songs about, not necessarily about me, but about someone who it was like a different personality.
You're
You wrote
the
a
third
story,
person.
yeah, and writing something about maybe this person is going through this, but let's put everything on this person, and it's not me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I got to write 3 concept records. The 4th one's going to be released soon, and you know, I'll always do music, but I think Screw Tape really did help me find that where it's not about like even being in the same room with a band. It's just about creating, and if you can create with 2, 3, 4 other people in a different country, it's really cool. Like I got to do that with Camel Boy back in the early 2000s as their singer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then with Bad Advice, but the band that I play drums for in Germany, and it's just really cool to be, in bands from different fucking countries.
So your time off, I mean, you said you like for a minute.
Yeah, just kind of hit a wall. It was done with it. Needed a break, and I actually got let go of it. So after Dead Lazlo Space, I joined up with a kind of Curtis and I went and started another band called Trailer Park Prophets, and we got a singer who later went on to do some other stuff. But in that band, it started off as kind of a hardcore band, and then it like evolved in, I don't know, like a weird new metal kind of thing. And I wasn't that kind of drummer. And then they just kind of came to me and said, "Hey man, like you're more of a like punk style drummer. We're looking for somebody else." And I was like, "Yeah, you know."
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tool.
Yeah. But that was really the first time that like I was in a band with friends and they're like, "Yeah, man, we think you're out," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh man.
So, yeah, I was crushed a little bit for a while, and I just kind of sold my shit and took a break. I said I'm gonna take a break for a while, and then John had hit me up for that. The drummer broke his leg.
And how did you feel coming back from it? Like when you're like, "Hey, you want to play drum stress?" And you go, okay.
Yeah,
you get new shit, and you sit down and you go, "What do I do with this?"
The good thing about it, man, was John and I were so familiar with each other that's what
made it easy.
Yeah, I just sat down and we just picked it up like we've been doing it, like we just never stopped, and it was awesome. Yeah, it just kind of drew me right back into it.
That's kind of what happened with the Slumlords. Like I'd already jammed with James back in 09, 10, and we jammed for maybe 6 months together. And then when he was getting this band back together, he was like, "Dude, I know you're the guy for the job. I want you to come in and play drums for me." It wasn't like I want you to audition, can you? It was like, "Dude, I want you." So when I came in, because I already jammed with him, and then Pat, or the bass player, we just got along, and it was like really easy to transition to be a part of a band that was just kind of starting over again. So there wasn't no limitations or rules, and
a ton of parameters to it.
It was just like, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And once we started, it was just like bam, like
it's kind of like when he and I sat down and started to do this thing. It was so natural.
Mm-hmm.
There was no pretense. There's no weirdness. Like we're gonna insult the fuck out of each other,
right?
And it's like, all right, well, fucking here we go. and it was an easy decision when he's like, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, 100%."
Yeah,
I get to bag on you every week. Fuck yeah, I'm in. And now we're gonna break out into a Thursday thing, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna add another day?
Like
Yeah.
an 8 to 10 minute Thursday. Like, what new music have you discovered? So it's a little bit of a challenge. Like, get down, discover some new shit,
and then rediscover old shit too.
I love doing that.
Like something that we used to listen to, like Seaweed. Fucking Ned's Atomic Dust Band.
Yeah,
like those bands.
Happy is one of the greatest songs.
Overwhelming Color Fest.
Play Happy on a piano.
What?
From Ned's Atomic Dust Band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I play a whole song on the piano.
Bullshit.
Dude, give me a fucking keyboard. I'll show you right now. Yeah, we know.
All right, well,
oh, sorry.
No,
we're already 5 minutes over.
Because we're also introducing the new fucking thing is Gizz talks music with his genius friend Paul.
We're not really comfortable on that title yet, but anyway, like next week, we have Jake Warren from Turbo Fest in Canada, which is coming up next weekend, from the Sunshine Coast, which is Vancouver area, the western part. But he'll be on. It's gonna be a remote interview with him next week. And dude, thank you for coming in and
thanks for having me. Yeah,
any shows we did this a little bit, but
no, just please, if anyone's out there, check out the Heart Race on Instagram. It's the Heart Race Music.
All right, you guys
and hopefully we'll be recording soon. We got enough songs, so hopefully we'll be doing an EP really soon.
Awesome, cool. So we're gonna hand off our social media manager. We're gonna get some merch going for you guys.
Yes, please,
we're gonna kill it.
Let's do it.
Awesome show, gentlemen.
Thank you for having me, man. Awesome. Oh, thanks. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Until next week, I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I'm Just Paul.
And I'm Eric.
King. Fucking King.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Awesome.